Measures of location and spread, the standard deviation for grouped data. When comparing data and looking at the standard deviation, a large value for standard deviation means there is a high variability or large variation in your data. A small standard deviation value means there is a low amount of variability in your data, or your data is said to be more consistent. There's greater consistency in your data. Sometimes, and this is dependent on context, a large standard deviation is desirable in data, and sometimes a small standard deviation is desirable. Again, this depends on the context given in a given problem. These are the formulae for the mean and standard deviation when working with a frequency table. So we know we need xf values and we need x squared times f values. When working with group data, we use class midpoints. So in the table we work out the sum of all the frequencies. We work out the class midpoints, referred to as x. So 7, 12, 17, 22 in here. X times f, so we multiply these in pairs. We get those values, we add them up, sigma xf. We work out x squared times f, so we take this value, square it, multiply it with the frequency, write the answer there. Do that with all of these, add them up to get sigma x squared f. And that gives us all of these values. These are called summary statistics. So starting with the summary statistics, we work out the mean, 780 over 60, 13, and then we work out the standard deviation, 5.07 kilograms. So the units are all in kilograms. We can do the same thing on the calculator. So you need a frequency table, you enter class midpoints and frequencies. So on the calculator, make sure you turn on frequencies, so shift, setup, scroll down, statistics option 3, option 1 to turn on frequencies, and then menu, option 6, we have one variable, option 1, we have a frequency table. So in the first column we enter midpoints. And then scroll down, scroll across. Now enter frequencies. Press the AC key, options, option 2, and this is what we're after. And we can scroll through these menus. So the sum of the frequencies, or the number of data values, is here. The sum of our data values, 780, is here. The sum of the x squared values is here. We calculated the mean, which was 13. We have that. We've calculated the standard deviation, which was 5.07, rounded to 3 significant figures. So the mean and standard deviation. Now remember, the quartiles given here are all incorrect because you haven't entered any class intervals into your calculator. We entered midpoints. So these values here are all incorrect. So when dealing with group data, ignore these. You're perfectly fine to get the mean and standard deviation or the summary statistics from the calculator, but not these quartile values. Here's another value that's incorrect. The maximum value is 22. Well, according to our table, the boundaries here for the last interval were 19.5 to 24.5. So the maximum value could possibly have been 24.5, not this. Likewise, the minimum value, well, we start from 4.5, not 7. For practice, try these questions from these exercises.